now everyone knows that the judge in the Trump case, District Judge Eileen Cannon, has granted Donald Trump's request for a special master to review documents that have been seized by the FBI from Mar-a-Lago weeks ago. Now, I can get into the fact that this woman is a Trump-appointed judge, and going to that conspiracy theory. We all see this. We all know what's going on. We all know what's happening. But it's not going to make a bit of difference if this special master can prove that Donald Trump's documents were classified and had no right to them. Trump is going to jail, and he or she or they better prove it. But the truth of the matter is, they are going to just continuously slow this case down to the point where Donald Trump could become president again in 2024 and be possibly theoretically be immune to all of it. Here's the facts. Donald Trump, we know, had classified material that he should not have had in an unsafe, unsecure location. We know this. We know that Donald Trump is guilty of that. It is only a matter of time, and truth be told, he should have been arrested the second this was made public, the second those documents were released, the second the inventory was released. Donald Trump should have been arrested right then and there, and he needs to be arrested now, because the longer this continues, the worse it will get. And as long as Donald Trump continues to squeal and scream, huff and holler about how he's being unfairly persecuted by the FBI, the screams are going to get louder from him. Which puts me to this. A friend of mine messaged me this BusinessInsider.com article. January 6 committee members say that Trump's calling the FBI vicious monsters at a rally may constitute incitement. Yes, they do constitute incitement. They constitute a complete incitement, considering the fact that I've seen the FBI and the police reports. Police officers in certain cities and FBI agents are being threatened on an almost daily basis under the banner of Donald Trump. Now, all this is coming from a rally in Pennsylvania for the GOP midterm candidates, including Dr. Oz, who's feigning worse. And as a matter of fact, that's just for another day, whatever. And he continues to scream that the August 8th FBI raid at Mar-a-Lago in Florida was part of a ploy by his political foes. It was not political. It was the fact that you had classified information at Mar-a-Lago after your own people and you said that, yes, we turned over everything. The DOJ has everything. The National Archives has everything. You lied. That is why the FBI went into your home. That's why they searched. But at that rally, he says, and quoting him, the FBI and the Justice Department have become vicious monsters controlled by the radical left scoundrel lawyers and the media who tells them what to do and when to do it. The media did not tell him to tell the FBI or the DOJ to search your house. The evidence did. Your lies did, Trump. Your lies did. And for you to call them vicious monsters, it's not going to work, Trump. And you're making the situation 10 times worse for yourself. And the DOJ and the FBI are continuing to receive vicious, vile threats from the FBI, from Donald Trump supporters. They're so brazen that they'll post them right on Truth Social. for the entire nation, the entire world to see. And just because you have alias names, aliases, as in fake names, as in user names, typed to those truths, don't think they can't be tracked. Now, I won't get into what Miss Lindsey Graham said about the fact that if Donald Trump is indicted under charges or arrested on the charges, there'll be riots in the streets. I'm going to get back to you later, Miss Graham. Your ass should be in the jail cell, but I'm going to get back to you just later. Just you wait, you southern piece of crap. But continuing, but Trump continues to scream that the FBI violated his rights. They did not. They went through the Constitution by the book. However, the FBI believes that Trump may have violated several laws in taking highly classified documents and other government records to Mar-a-Lago after he left office, and that his aides tried to obstruct their investigation. We have proof of this. We absolutely have proof of all that. Trump did violate several laws, not the least of which the Presidential Records Act and especially the Espionage Act. Let's not even forget the fact that one of his lawyers, whom he probably hired not because of her law skills, but because she's a beautiful woman and he wants to sleep with her, probably implicated herself in those crimes, not the least of which could be obstruction of justice. And not to mention, she not only implicated herself, but perhaps the rest of Donald Trump's lawyers. You know what? I'm getting off trail here. What I really want to talk about is the threat that Donald Trump represents versus the threat that all these right wing nut jobs out there for the last 2 or 3 years have been saying that the organizations like Black Lives Matter and Antifa, they say they represent. Now, the BLM, Black Lives Matter, I won't deny there is some militant people there who are dangerous. However, we didn't have a sitting president backing us up. We had a sitting president, Barack Obama, saying things against those militant parts of BLM, those who were cheering on the murder of police officers. Now, compare that to Donald Trump and his Trumpers, who are online in public and sometimes actually putting the lives of FBI agents and law enforcement at risk. I have not heard not one word from Donald Trump saying this is wrong, this needs to stop. In fact, Donald Trump, a former president of the United States, oh God, I hate saying that. Saying that makes me sick. A former president, no, the ex wannabe dictator. That's better. That's much better. The ex wannabe dictator hasn't said one word about saying, no, this is wrong. He is nothing but egg them on. And that's where I've going through with this, where I told you about this, this rally in Pennsylvania earlier in this video. He's done nothing to say, okay, I don't like what they're doing, but I understand why they're doing it. They're law enforcement officers. I don't like it. In fact, I hate it. But the threats against them, no, that is wrong. Trump has not said one word like that. Trump has done nothing but put their lives at risk day after day after day after day, all because he got his hand in the cookie jar. He got caught. The people of the United States of America, slammed the cookie jar and his hand was in it. And now he's screaming and crying like the coward that he is because he can't handle the fact that, ow, my hand hurts. How could you do that? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you picking on me? God, I hate even talking about Charlie Brown, but he's probably acting just like Charlie Brown. Why is everyone picking on me? We're picking on you, Trump, because you broke the freaking law. You went your entire miserable life thinking I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can break the law. I can break federal laws, and no one can stop me. No one's going to say boo to me. And now you're shocked because you have to take the consequences. I'm going to put it to you all this way right now. And a lot of you are going to agree with me with this. If you, if anyone in this country had classified documents we shouldn't have had our hands on anywhere. I don't care if it's a safe. I don't care if it's a triple lock safe anywhere. I don't care if it's Fort Knox type safe. If I have classified documents in my possession that I shouldn't have, I would have been arrested in a heartbeat. They would have thrown me in the hole, throw away the hole, and throw away that hole. But Donald Trump is being, I get it. I understand. The closest we ever got to actually arresting a president was Richard Nixon. But this cannot keep going. Donald Trump needs to be arrested now. His supporters, who are threatening law enforcement officers on an almost daily basis, need to be arrested because they are the primary threat to this country. In fact, if you want to make that comparison between Trumpers and BLM, they are 10 times worse than BLM. If anything, they're doing exactly what they accuse BLM and Antifa of doing. Don't get it twisted. These people attacked the United States Capitol under the orders of a sitting president, all because he lost an election. Don't think for 1 second if Donald Trump were to say, kill this man, kill that man. Don't think for 1 second these people won't do it. They're already doing it. And if it wasn't for the good law enforcement officers of Cincinnati, Ohio, that man could possibly have killed I don't know how many people before they stopped them. Or the very worst, at the very least, injured people severely. Donald Trump and his Trumpers, and I swear to God, I wish I didn't have to say this about fellow Americans, regardless of political stance. But Donald Trump and his Trumpers, any of them, outside government, inside the Senate, inside the Congress, and you all know who you are. I'm not going to call you by name because we know who you are. They are all an existential threat to the security and the safety of this country not because I said, not because Joe Biden said in a speech not too long ago, not because law enforcement or the FBI, the CIA, or any other criminal justice organization or law enforcement agency or intelligence agency has said so. They are showing it on a daily basis, in real life, on social media, everywhere. And that threat has to stop now. And it stops with the arrest, the indictment of Donald John Trump. Enough is enough. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.